Yo, welcome back to the Red or Blue Pill channel, people. Thank you for returning subscribers and members. What we do here, if you are new, is we react to the most disturbing and creepy videos from the internet, and we go through the latest. If you like what you see, don't forget to sub up, turn on the notifications, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. With that being said, let's roll.
Video is for entertainment purposes only.
Imagine even seeing isn't believing.
The world is indeed a stage. Just how much of it might be a bit surprising to you. So you all remember this famous scene right here, the Afghan pullout, that famous debacle. Do you guys notice anything strange about that C-17? Let's watch that full clip and see if you can notice it. Do you see it? Blacked out windows, blacked out engines. Here's a little bit more. See, this is what a C-17 that's not an inflatable looks like. See the windows clearly, see the engines clearly, and now look again for some more fakery. Take all the time you need. Fake news, fake history, fake clown world. We are living on nothing more than a big giant stage, an illusion by those in charge, made to instill fear to easily control the masses or to invoke fake outrage for whatever they want us to. Just wait till you see how fake the clowns are that run the show.
They were masters of deception during World War II. The Ghost Army carried out the dangerous and unique mission of deceiving the enemy using props, fake radio transmissions, and other visual deceptions. They successfully misled the German army, but their mission was kept secret from their friends and family for decades.
It was a secret that Anderson Wilson from Slidell kept until 1996 when the mission was declassified.
Yeah. So it goes deep. It goes deep. I thought, so when I first started, I thought that since like 2019, 2020, the world was a stage, because that's when I started realizing it and looking and thinking, something's not right. Everything I see isn't right. But I think so where I'm at right now is that I think there has been an awakening, and there is, some people, including myself, who have started to wake up and just see through the hypnotism or the way the world is hypnotized into just thinking it's all real, because I do now look back in history and think, it could all just be a stage. But what really gets me is I don't know why. But my new top might explain it. Why? Huh? Yes, new top of the merch store, people. It's a good time to advertise it, wouldn't it? But yeah, that could be why. That could be why. They might have some very sophisticated tech, but it's breaking it and it ain't working. And this is why we have blackouts now. Maybe it's because the veil is being lifted and whatever tech they used before isn't going to work anymore. It's being pulled back, but we also might lose some lights in some countries like Spain and Portugal. Funny enough, I'm going to Spain for a month just before it next week. So I think the world's playing with me as well.
All right, the lights is off. I don't know what the fuck this is. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm kind of freaking out at the moment. Let me see if I can try to... What the fuck is going on right now? What? This is the second one.
Nostradamus and Baba Vanga between them have predicted some major events over the years, including 9/11, the Great Fire of London, and even the death of Princess Diana. But what have they predicted for 2025? First one is the death of the Pope, which in very recent time we know to be extremely accurate. However, Nostradamus actually speaks about the rise of the Black Pope. And while people are speculating that he means a physical Black Pope, other people think he's talking a little bit more metaphorically, suggesting somebody with reformist views. The European War. Now, both Nostradamus and Baba Vanga both predicted a European clash between countries which would result in a war. And I guess between Russia and Ukraine, the shoe does fit. But Nostradamus said by the end of the year 2025, peace will come between them. Another call for 2025 is that England is set to face a resurgent ancient plague. Now, Baba Vanga does also speak about serious disease hitting in 2025. However, she has said there will be a cure for serious disease through lab-grown organs, and that these lab-grown organs will eventually crack the code to immortality. Interesting.
Yeah, well, exactly what I was just saying is that they're not predicting it. They're not getting this information. It's just we're being told the script from the Earth show in advance, so we know what's coming to Earth show, right? Could be.
Holy shit. People are losing it. So Pope Francis has been laid in an open casket for people to go and pay their respects. But people are starting to get really worried, and there's a scary reason why. So there is a 900-year-old manuscript, and this is buried deep in the Vatican archives. And this archive has successfully predicted every single pope in 900 years, including this one in our time. However, this is where shit gets crazy. There is no pope after Pope Francis. In fact, what it says in the manuscript is after Pope Francis is Judgment Day. It actually indicates that the end of the world would be 2027. So people are starting to think 2027 will be the apocalypse. People are starting to speculate that whoever steps in as the new pope will be the start of the end of the world. I personally don't know how I feel about it, but it's fucking weird. Could 2027 be it?
Oh, 2027. And that the same year as Alien Disclosure. I don't know. I can't keep up, but end of the world. Wow. End of this world, hopefully. And we'll be in a new world, a better one.
Well, hey there, all my beautiful people. How are we doing? So let's talk about it for entertainment purposes only. The sun simulator and the trails in the sky, okay? Maybe this will calm you guys down a little bit. Okay, so if we live under a firmament, and in the end times, it says that the sky is just going to roll back like a scroll, right? So think of the dome as an igloo. It's frozen water, frozen ice, whatever you want to think of it as, right? Okay. So if the sun is local, right? And they're spraying our skies, entertainment purposes only, right? What are they doing? They're taking the sun. They're not blocking it out so that we don't get our little codes down here on the ground. They can't not give us our codes, right? It's impossible for them to they can try all they want, but they can't. It's reflecting back up here to what? Melt the ice around the dome, basically. It's to melt the firmament. Do we understand this? Why is the sun simulator important? Because we still need sun to live, right? So just calm down. It's all for the greater good. Now you got to think of all the water being displaced, right? Watch the water. It's got to move somewhere. It's got to fall. It's melting, okay? I'm melting. The sky's falling. Do we understand this? So the sun's energy, heat, is being reflected back up to the dome to melt it. Okay, do we understand this? So we can see what's out there, what's above there. All right, have a good day.
Okay. All right. So why are they trying to melt the dome? What are they trying to gain from that? I thought there was water above there. It's just going to drown, aren't we? I don't know. Very confusing. But yeah, never thought about that. I'll analyse it in a different way.
Are you aware that there is literally underground monasteries that are literally built to withstand the power of the explosion of the sun? Now, I know a lot of people aren't aware that there is a whole underground earth, but I ain't joking when I say there is so many underground monasteries that we don't know about, even ones from our ancient history that have now been abandoned, you know? There is even a place in Turkey that has straight up got 20 levels of floors underneath the ground. And this is ancient. This is an ancient underground monastery. So it makes you think, doesn't it? If there's loads of ancient underground bunkers and the people of this day and age who literally want to move to Mars have actually got their own underground bunkers. Like, these people seem to be building underground for a reason. Even Churchill had his own underground bunker. I personally think us peasants of the world need our own underground monastery because they've got one. And if they've got one, why don't we have one? What do they know that we don't? But obviously this was just for entertainment, beautiful people. And I was fictional as a dinosaur, baby.
Yeah, it is weird times, people. People are waking up, realizing that it's all a show. Like, it is like a simulation, and it is mind-blowing. But yeah, at the same time, people are getting bunkers underneath. You got to wonder why they're doing that. Like, there's got to be a reason why they're doing it, because there's no sort of, you wouldn't just wake up one day and think, I want a bunker. I'm going to build a bunker. You would be building a bunker because you would be expecting something catastrophic, right? Maybe it is something to do with the sun. I don't know. Something's going on.
What do you propose?
Padawan. I propose that we end the world, but on our terms. An orchestrated apocalypse. One that will cleanse the earth of its population but leave its infrastructure and resources intact. It's been done once before with great success.
Why do you call it the breakaway civilization?
Breakaway civilization was a term made famous by Richard Dolan, and it simply described a decision to create a parallel system. First it started with the black budget, but it grew, call it the national security state, but to build a civilization that literally was separate and not subject to the laws of the existing one. So if I'm running a company and I want to bring up new systems, I'll bring up the new systems while I'm running the old, and I'll run them in parallel, and I'll move things over slowly. And then at some point I bring the current thing down. And to me, that's what the financial coup was. You're moving the money out of one system and putting it in another. So in theory, 21 trillion is enough at a 5%, interest rate to basically finance a private government, if you will.
Oh, okay. Breakaway civilization. There's so many directions I can go with this. But first and foremost is that I want to start a breakaway civilization. I think that'd be really cool. One where it's just full of nice people. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. We'd probably have to go through some crazy legislations to try and do that, no doubt. But yeah, it'd be nice to have our own kingdom, wouldn't it? Where nobody rules. But just think about it on that level. Like, if somebody wanted to start their own civilization, but that civilization worked and was successful, then you would have, different people running that civilization, that, and then at some point it could get infiltrated. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be very difficult. Very difficult. Also, like, another thing is, like, empires. Like, how do empires come down? You know what I mean? Like, the Roman Empire, I don't really look into it, but I hear, like, the fall of the Roman Empire and stuff. But I mean, if they're so great, they shouldn't be able to. The only thing that can take down an empire, for me, is its people realizing that they're part of an empire being controlled, and then the people are like, nah, I'm not having it. So that's the only way I can see a fall of an empire. Because if you get too big, nobody's going to be able to take down the empire except for itself. You know what I mean? I don't know where that just come from, but it come from somewhere. And it sounds really smart.
My teeth can still do that. And my eyes, they still glow. And also, check this out. My brother can do it too. About my parents? Well, of course they can do it. Dad! A suit? Hey, I thought I'd look good. Just show him. Eyes? No. Oh, please. Told you.
Look, you watch a film on the TV and it involves vampires. They look like that type of family. So maybe that could be real. I don't know. What I need is for the people who tell me about, 2 times slow and watch it back, and let me know in the comment section if that is a legitimate video or not, because I think we got vampires. I think vampires are a real thing somewhere along the line. I don't know where they are. When I say vampires, I just mean, like, people that are feeding off blood to stay young and live for longer. That's what I mean. Whether they have teeth like that and can run super fast, I don't know. You tell me. Someone do the you know, the video check-in and let me know in the comments. And if you put it in there, I'll pin it at the top.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to hang up this phone, and then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
Whoa. Okay. Really like that. That's like the Matrix having some type of spiritual awakening, which I thought was quite cool. But yeah, I like the idea of, you know, no control, no borders, not conning us. Just be free like a bird. Go where you want, when you want, how you want. And actually, you know, I think you'll find that most people that live in this world come from a good place. You know what I mean? It's not as bad as they make out it is on the news, for instance. You know, and any bad that's happening is probably orchestrated from the same place.
So apparently there was a lull or something in the Google Earth of not blocking out areas of Area 51 from Google Earth. And people were able to capture this image of this giant, tall, black triangle building. It's so creepy looking.
Whoa.
This is wild. So I was asking ChatGPT about it. I'm like, hey, were there pictures taken? Like, yeah, people were able to take pictures. So I asked to see the pictures. It said, I understand your interest in seeing an image of the taller triangle structure at Area 51. However, due to the highly classified nature of Area 51 and the restrictions on satellite imagery, there's no publicly available images of such structure.
Baloney.
Is that creepy looking though?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. What are your theories that what it could be? Because my thought, it looks like an air traffic controlled like center. Or
I mean, some people were calling it the, what do you call it? The obelisk.
Obelisk.
There is some weird ancient symbolism with it. Like all these major cities have an obelisk in them. And like, I think London has an obelisk erected that was actually from ancient Egypt. So they brought it over from ancient Egypt to London to erect it. And it just has like all this weird.
Do you think it has like any
stuff.
like religious significance
I think so.
to it?
Like occult kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Scholars believe that obelisks represented eternity and immortality.
Creepy.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's interesting. And the obelisks, the big pointy things, obelisks, whatever they're called. There's one at Area 51. That's interesting. They are all over the world, and there is some symbolism and meaning behind it. And it's nefarious, I'm sure it is. I did look into it at one point, and they are everywhere, and they do have some dodgy meaning. Pretty sure they got some over in the old Vatican. But yeah, let me know if you've got any more information on it.
NASA has just confirmed that China's Three Gorges Dam is so massive that it is slowing the Earth's rotation. Located in the Hubei province, it's the world's largest hydroelectric power station, and it holds a staggering 10 billion cubic meters of water. That's about 10 trillion gallons. But now, according to NASA scientists, it has redistributed Earth's mass enough to the point where it is slowing the Earth's rotation by 0.06 microseconds per day. And we can't have plastic straws. Think of it like when you're spinning on your chair and you put your legs out. You slow down because your mass is moved away from the center. And that is what China's Three Gorges Dam is doing to the Earth. So what's the tariff for slowing Earth's rotation?
They talk some shizzle, absolute shizzle. Everything that comes out of their mouths is just like, what are you going on about? Deceive. Do you remember when, like, UFOs, if we saw something, we would be like, oh my God, it's a UFO. Like, now it's like seeing cars. They're everywhere all the time. Like, it's just like, oh yeah, there's another one.
I think the moon is the key to everything. The moon is obviously not what we're told. It defies the laws of physics. You can see through it. And I think it's an actual map of the real land. Our months are supposed to be based on the moon. 13 perfect 28-day months. Not the weird jumble it is now. Have you heard about the moon?
I think that guy's onto something. Intuitively, I think he's onto something because I've been saying the same thing for many, many years. 28 days, 13 months isn't a thing anymore because it's 29.5 days now, and the moon disappears for a day and a half. Not in my reality. This is all new for me. And now I looked at the moon the other day, and it literally looked like there was something covering the top of the moon, giving it the little small moon feature. So I think the actual moon is gone, and I think the moon was some type of hypnotism. And that's why they can't. Everyone's seeing things now. Well, at least the 144,000 strong people are seeing the world for what it is, because the actual moon is gone, and we got a new moon, which is a fake one. I think they're all fake. I don't know.
If the simulation we call Earth only had 144,000 real souls in it, what would that mean? We keep encountering this code in different contexts, from ancient prophecies to modern What if it's a key to understanding reality? Let's explore 5 implications of this idea. Number 1, everything else is a program. If only 144,000 have a divine spark, the rest are either simulated consciousness or programmed vessels without a soul. This explains why most interactions are superficial and why true connection is so rare. You're surrounded by people, yet feel deeply alone. You yearn to break free from the matrix and awaken others. No. 2. Earth becomes a cosmic battlefield. 144,000 becomes a divine army, a chosen code. Even the original spark scattered across this matrix to awaken and reclaim. Earth is a testing ground, a womb, a forge where these few souls are purified, tested, and strengthened. It's not about saving the world. It's about your inner journey. Everyone else is either a challenge, a reflection, or a trap. No. 3. Your identity changes. Fame, status, and possessions no longer matter. Your true identity is encoded in your essence, your pattern of suffering, awakening, resilience, and relentless pursuit of truth. You're here to change the grid, activate dormant keys in others, and confront the false light head-on. The 144,000 aren't here to blend in. They are here to shatter the illusion and bring forth a new reality. No, 4. The number is symbolic and strategic. In Revelation 7 and 14, the 144,000 are sealed, marked, and redeemed. Number 5. This world is not the end, just the filter. This place isn't the prize, it's the filter. If you're one of the 144,000, this world is not your home. You're here on assignment to remember, to break out, and to awaken others. This life isn't about comfort, but activation, and the suffering you've endured was never punishment. It was pressure designed to force the code within you to awaken. Final thought. If there are only 144,000 real souls, then every single one is priceless. And if you're watching this and it resonates deeply, you may be one of them. You already know it. If so, this world is your battleground. The 144,000 didn't fall. They were sent not as victims, but as volunteers. You volunteered before entering the simulation. You may have forgotten, but it's time to remember who you are, why you're here, and what you came to do.